What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I'm your host, Tom Dark, and today we are talking about TwoMad. Now, this one I've already made, I think, like 2 videos about TwoMad, maybe. I've already talked about him a few times. Just basically going over the allegations that were made against him, which, for those who don't know, a girl that I think he used to date. He claimed they dated. I think she claimed they didn't date, but basically she accused him of assault. As to what actually happened, it was kind of ambiguous as to what actually went down. And so my takeaway initially from the drama was basically like, look, I don't know what happened here. I like TwoMad as a creator, so I hope he pulls out of it, but I feel like he should stop having a meltdown all day on Twitter. It's not really going to help him. It's certainly not going to help his credibility in a court of law, but it's also not going to help his credibility in the court of public opinion, which is, you know, also quite important considering the fact that his job is his life is on YouTube. He's a YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? Well, not much has changed since then until very recently when we found out that apparently the girl involved filed a protection order against him.
Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
Here we have an article from Passion Fruit written by Stephen A. Sarch, which says new court documents detail abuse allegations against YouTube prankster TwoMad. Now, when they say prankster, I assume they're talking about the Zoom pranks, which is, you know, whatever. But basically, they ended up tweeting this out. This guy, Stephen A. Sarch, this journalist, he tweeted out, exclusive, a civil harassment protection order has been filed against YouTuber TwoMad by a woman who claims he SA'd her on multiple occasions. She received a temporary restraining order against him pending a court date on July 28th. So basically, she has a temporary restraining order right now, and on July 28th, in a few days, there's going to be a court date, basically, that will determine if she gets the actual restraining order. So she has a temporary one. This is a civil harassment protection order she's trying to get. TwoMad actually did respond to this tweet with a picture of Sneeko saying, "What is literally driving?" And then a picture of like an orange tabby cat driving like a Honda Civic as well. So I don't know. It seems like he's not taking it too seriously right now. If you go to the guy's account, I mean, he's basically still tweeting complete bullshit. His pinned tweet says, "I don't get it." And then it says, "Best driving roads, Oregon #1," with like a WRX right there. I don't know. Here he's tweeting, "I'm so ugly, no, I hate life. Ooh, woo, 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 wah, 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 la-di-da, it's all good." Smiley face. He tweeted, "My future wife better be into bestiality the way she's with a goat," literally. Here he says, him, "Are you fucking stupid?" Me, and a picture of some girl. Here he quote tweets an article about Taylor Swift and says, "And she loves and is very sympathetic to black people." Here he says, "Bro, yesterday this guy recognized me and said, 'Yo, my mom took my phone because I was watching TikTok. Girls, can I get a pic when I get it back? Never saw this MF again.'" So he's still kind of just tweeting nonsense. And at this point, like, his Twitter account for a while was getting like a lot of interaction. And now, like, he just tweets so much, he's getting like 20 likes a tweet on an account that has 664,000 followers, and that account is rapidly dropping, by the way. I think he had 700,000, so he's lost quite a few followers. And now the most recent detail is that this protection order has been filed. So we're gonna go ahead and read this article. Obviously, if you guys want to check it out, check out Passion Fruit. Now, trying to find a link to the actual court document, I can't seem to find it linked here. I guess that they obtained the document, maybe someone gave it to them. I assume that the document's not a matter of public record right now or something for some reason. I think usually court documents are, so I'm kind of confused as to that. But I really just wish we could see this, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. This story contains descriptions of sexual assault and abuse. Known on YouTube as the prankster TwoMad, Medea Sadiq made a name for himself as a cringe comedian, amassing over 2.2 million subscribers on his main channel, popularizing the Zoom bombing trend of the early pandemic, and collaborating with internet icon Belle Delphine. And I forgot about that. I forgot they did this whole collab where he was dressed up like Donkey Kong or whatever. Obviously, that was just kind of bait to fuel people to talk about it because, you know, black man dressing up as an actual monkey, right? People are going to talk about that. And Belle Delphine is like, you know, the internet queen of getting attention just so she can sell pictures of her feet or whatever she sells. So damn, I forgot about that. That's a time capsule. When you peel back TwoMad's online persona, there's a darker reality. On July 6th, cosplayer Isabella cosplayer Isabella M filed an application for a civil harassment protection order against Sadiq. According to documents obtained by Passion Fruit, Montagna M received a temporary restraining order pending on July 28th, claiming that Sadiq SA'd her on multiple occasions, including coerced oral sex and intercourse, and pulled his gun on her while she was standing on his front porch. I don't remember that being talked about at all. That's insane. "I'm terrified of Mr. Sadiq and I fear he will retaliate against me," she writes in the order. In her application, 19-year-old Isabella M claims to be a former friend/acquaintance of 23-year-old Sadiq, having met him online shortly after she turned 18 in October 2021. A month after they started talking, she claimed that she went over to Sadiq's house, where he asked for her ID to verify her age and to hand over her phone, which made her uncomfortable, so she left. According to the filing in December 2021, he claims that Sadiq manipulated her into coming back to his house to visit after ensuring her that he wouldn't take any sexual advance towards her and just wanted to apologize. After giving her some marijuana, he pulled out his and demanded that she give him oral sex. Though she refused, he allegedly placed himself between her and the door and began to get enraged. Fearing for her safety, Montagna says she obliged against her will. So I guess she's basically saying here that he would not let her leave unless, unless she sucked him off. And apparently she did that. Over the next few weeks, Montagna claims that Sadiq would coerce her into sexual relations that she did not consent to. In one instance, he sent over a contract he'd written that claimed he would not demand entertain sexual activity with Montagna. Her last physical interaction with Sadiq was in January 2022, but she told him that she would never allow him to touch her again. He ran after me, tried to tackle me, and he groped my breasts. She wrote, "He seemed to find that funny. I was in tears begging for him to let me leave." When she made it out the door, she says that two of Sadiq's friends pulled into the driveway. She claims they said he was known to act this way towards women. She did not go to the police for fear of Sadiq retaliating. According to the application in 2023, she filed a report to the Culver City Police Department, but Sadiq has not been arrested. Afterward, he sent a video saying that he apologized for sexual advances that made her uncomfortable, but she says that the alleged abuse didn't stop there. She claims Sadiq continued to contact her over the next few months through 8 different burner phones and even claims that he sent her a package to her parents' home. "I'm terrified that respondent is going to kill me and or continue to exert sexual control over me," her statement concludes. "His conduct has led me to extreme anxiety, depression, and habits of self." Now, I think that the statement from TwoMad is basically that some claims that this girl has made are true, but the worst ones are not, which I assume that, the worst ones being SA or whatever. Who is TwoMad? I guess they describe his career a little bit more in this article. They say, over the next few years, TwoMad's content continued to be loud, viral, and controversial. In early 2021, he started selling N-word passes, which claimed you could say a slur without recourse. Sadiq is black. They just had to include that in there to make sure everyone knows. Listen, it's okay. He can do it. Now, I believe that the claim that TwoMad has made is that the worst accusations here are not true, which is basically that, he didn't actually SA anyone. I personally messaged him about this a while ago. I'm now blocked by him both on Discord and on Twitter. I'm not exactly sure why. I never made any aggressive advances or messages towards him. I was just trying to be nice, and I tried to be nice to him. But the most recent thing, the reason he blocked me on Twitter is because he had tweeted out saying something to the effect of like, "Oh, the 17-year-old's so hot," and I responded to him and I was like, "There's zero benefit to you actually saying things like this. Like, you actually hate yourself this bad that you want to just like destroy your career like this?" And he messaged me and he said, "Shut the fuck up. I'm blocking you out of my gigantic F-slur, psych evaluation. The answer to zero benefit, which you already know, is for a laugh." We laughed. I said, "Okay, it's over." And then he messaged me a few more times, kind of nonsense. And then I messaged him on the 23rd. I said, "So what's up with this video?" Still doing a response. I want to do a video about it, but I feel like we need to see your side of things. And the reason I said that is because he had messaged me multiple times being like, "Are you going to make a video about this? You're going to make a video?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to make a video about it if we hear your side, if we get both sides of it, so I have a little more context. I can see what you said." For as of right now, I don't know if he's going to be speaking about this publicly anytime soon, but he just responded to me and said, "Shut the fuck up, stupid bitch. I'm literally driving," and then he blocked me. It seems he's still driving to this day. He's driving to Oregon. He's been memeing on Twitter the messages that he sent to this girl. There were some like texts she leaked where he was spamming like, "I'm literally driving." He was saying, "I miss the rage." He was spamming the Easter Island emoji. I guess this is like a parody. This is like him being like, "My crush," and then this is supposed to be her, "Please do me." So I don't know. TwoMad official comment, "I've been in the hills ducking dudes." TwoMad official comment situation, "Uptown Funk, gonna give it to you." Dude, didn't I destroy you with facts and knowledge like the last time? You're literally 80 IQ. Please calm down. Do as I say, little bro. Here we have Hassan Piker. Actually, I thought this was real for a second. This is a fake Hassan account. Hassan Abi parody saying, "Another innocent black man accused of something he didn't do." TwoMad says, "What the fuck, lol." This person says, "And this is why you got banned on Twitch." And then here we have, man, I thought this was Hassan for real. I was so excited to see them beef or something. Yeah, so it looks like TwoMad is just not really interested in addressing the allegations to any serious degree. I think he's alluded to the fact that he can't. He's messaging e-girls, "Play Overwatch. You'll be punished for this behavior one day, sweetie pie." Bro, dude, it's okay. You don't have to do this. Like, listen, I know we've all had our cringe messages, okay, before with girls and stuff. Like, you're doing it to yourself right now. He tweeted, "There's something inside you," which I assume is like the song from Drive or whatever. Bro has literally totally completely lost the plot. It's Jover. Mouse. I hate little mouses. I just feel like if he is innocent, which he very well may be, keep in mind, these are, even as of right now, even with this girl filing for a restraining order, even with Jameski, TwoMad's old YouTube rival, funding her civil suit against him apparently, which I think he does plan to do. Even with that happening, that doesn't mean TwoMad's guilty. We don't know what happened. The only two people that know what happened are TwoMad and this girl. But I will say, in terms of looking good in the public, right? Especially looking good to stupid people who you need to actually have on your side in these allegations to not look like you're guilty. Fortunately, you do need to kind of sway the public a little bit. He's not not doing his best to make himself look good. He's not putting his best foot forward, I would say. But so yeah, I mean, as of now, as far as the TwoMad allegations, it's important to note that no matter how he behaves on Twitter, we don't know how guilty or not guilty he is, and ultimately we have to assume that he's innocent until proven guilty, you know, in a court of law. Or, you know, sometimes cases can be hard to try, and maybe we can reasonably assume that it's true if we see some evidence. But as of now, I've seen no evidence. Literally all I've seen is crazy text messages from him. I've seen him being wild on Twitter, which, you know, mirrors the crazy text messages. Maybe he's in some kind of manic state. It seems like he's having some kind of mental health crisis. I've seen that he's driving in Oregon a lot, apparently. Apart from that, he's just getting mad at everyone. But there's no reason to assume that he necessarily did this. He's clearly kind of self-destructing his career right now, saying shit like he is attracted to 17-year-olds, which obviously is like, you know, the least bad, barely legal age. But it's still like, if you say you're attracted to a 17-year-old, that's a bad look, right? That's a bad look. That's not good to say. And so it seems like he's kind of going through the basic process of trying to torpedo his career right now, which we've seen before with people. And, you know, I hope he's not guilty. If he is, I hope he's brought to justice. But as of now, it's hard to say, even with these new court documents. This is not a court document saying that he's guilty of anything. This is a court document saying that the person in question that claims that she was assaulted is basically trying to file a restraining order against him, right? And there's a temporary one right now, and on the 28th, we'll find out because of a court date if there's going to be more measures taken. On June 23rd, 2023, TwoMad posted a now deleted offensive tweet about a picture of Brianna Gay, a transgender teen who was murdered in Warrington, England. The day after, while he was facing backlash for that tweet, Montagna posted a series of tweets of incidents mentioned in her report, like the multiple burner phones, their Discord conversations, the signed contract, and the video apology Sadiq filmed. Sadiq posted dozens of tweets in response, calling the allegations fake news from a crazy bitch, and denied the allegations from the apology video on Twitter, despite filming it himself, writing, "None of the words I say here were from me. It was written by her friend, and I read it on video. If this girl experienced all that, then why doesn't she give details on what happened before I'm made out as guilty?" Sadiq wrote on Twitter in response to a tweet about the allegations. "She doesn't give a crumb of what actually happened, like you forgot or some shit." Online creators can create a fictional version of themselves, allowing them to dismiss bad behavior as a bad bit from a character. But TwoMad may just be who he says he is on camera, an aggressive, over-the-top edgelord who turns the misery of others into laughs. Though he's obviously much more jovial and playful when the cameras are on, behind the scenes there may be something more sinister at play. This article is obviously, I mean, they're kind of implying that he's guilty, right? There may be something more sinister at play. Obviously, for legal reasons, they're not going all out. But, you know, I'm not someone who wants to go out on a limb and, like, say TwoMad is innocent, because I don't know if he's innocent. But, you know, ultimately at this point, I haven't seen evidence of him actually committing the crime that he's being accused of, and so for that reason, there's absolutely no reason for me to say in a YouTube video that he's guilty, right? And I feel like with these allegations in general, I see some people jump into the conclusion that he's guilty. You know, he'll post like a stupid tweet or be like, "I love putting waffles in my butt." People will respond to him and be like, "Nah, for real, he definitely guilty." I mean, that's a funny thing to say, I guess, but we have absolutely no idea what the actual situation is there. So, you know, I hope that whatever the truth is, we find out eventually. I assume because there's legal proceedings going on, it'll be a long time before we actually find out what happened between these two. And we may actually never find out what happened if the court documents are sealed in the end, because it's a civil dispute. It doesn't need to be made public, so they might, you know, try to keep it like a private affair. But the girl did initially make public allegations, so it leads me to believe that maybe she'll make a statement at some point clarifying more of this. As of now, we just don't know what happened here. I'll keep you guys posted on any more developments with the TwoMad situation, but I mean, once again, we're kind of just at a standstill where it's like, we don't know what happened. I know a lot of people want to say he's guilty, but ultimately there's no reason to believe he necessarily is. As of now, all we know he's guilty of is being completely insane on Twitter, mauling constantly all the time, making some really cringe-worthy clips. Like, he's certainly not helping himself. I mean, if you go to, like, you know, Jabroni's channel and you go to this guy's second channel, he made a video dissecting some of the TwoMad stuff and just going over the fact that he's not really helping his situation right now. Even did a Overwatch stream, I think the night that the allegations happened or something like that, where he said this.
Okay, whatever. I don't like cancel culture anyways. So many fucking dudes that you guys trust on a day-to-day basis have done that same, if not worse. It's common! All the time it happens, because it's just like biological. Like, am I like the most sweet boy ever? Like my parents, I'm not no fortunate son.
Now the question here, and I assume Jabroni's gonna say this in a second, is like, what is he actually talking about? Like, he's not admitting to doing what the girl is necessarily accusing, but like, you know, language like this alludes to the fact that maybe he actually did something horrible. But we just don't know. We really don't know. And so for that reason, it's like it's hard to make too many assumptions about this. You don't want to, because we don't have all the facts. We don't know what happened. The girl herself, I don't think publicly said what she actually said in this now, you know, released court document by this journalist Stephen A. Sarch. I don't think she said that. She, I think, said that he pushed her down at one point, but it's not like she's made like a YouTube video about it, you know, putting out the allegations. She's just like existing right now. So I don't know. Hopefully we find out the truth one way or the other. I'm now officially blocked by TwoMad. I'm out of the TwoMad circle, so any advice I give him will apparently not work. I think he was planning on making a video response at some point, but given it's been over a month at this point and there's nothing released, and now there's like a court proceeding going on. He said he got served not that long ago. I assume we're not going to get any kind of real response for quite a while, but yeah, hopefully with an update soon. See ya. And if you liked this video, consider becoming a member. For $5 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts, unreleased videos, and the members-only Minecraft server. Thanks so much to all of my YouTube members who fund my content.